So Kyle Kulinski of Secular Talk and Dave Rubin of the Rubin Report got into a very heated back and forth on Twitter that was extremely confrontational. Now, this did happen a few months back. It happened back in January, but I did not report on this because I didn't know it happened till months later, and I know a lot of you don't know that this happened, judging from my last Secular Talk video. So to give you guys a link to all the tweets, I'll show them on the screen, but also they'll all be in the description down below, so go check that out. But so first, the first thing that happened is they were talking about Secular Talk talked about the Likud Prime Minister of Israel, saying that people side with the Likud Prime Minister of Israel, which is the right-wing party, over the Democratic President of the United States, who is Obama. And then Dave Rubin responds. He says, "Remember our convo on your show when you didn't know basic history nor anything about the signed agreements?" And then he responds, "And then after told me you never wanted to discuss it again." And then Kyle responds saying, "No, I remember you spewing Likud talking points like they're facts though, Mr. quote-unquote classical liberal." Then Dave Rubin responds. He says, "Tell me one factual thing I got wrong. You didn't know that before 1967, West Bank was Jordanian and Gaza was Egyptian. I believe when I said that to you, you said something to the effect of, 'Oh, now I'm angry at them too.' People can find the video." And then he goes on to post another video. And then after Secular Talk responds saying, "You mean when you DM'd me anti-Palestinian propaganda every day for a week straight, so I found a kind way to tell you to fuck off." And then Rubin says, "Complete BS. At the time, we always sent each other things. I deleted the exchanges long ago." Then Secular Talk says this in a new, fresh tweet. He says, "Hey, at Rubin Report, why don't you invite another climate science denier on in the spirit of a, quote, free exchange of ideas? That's not idiotic at all." Dave Rubin responds, "Who are you referring to? I know other opinions can be upsetting to some." Then Secular Talk also says later, he says, "Is this the, quote, there's no such thing as a Palestinian argument?" This was in response to Dave Rubin saying, "Tell me one factual thing I got wrong, blah, 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 blah." And then he responds to Dave Rubin saying, "Who are you referring to? I know other opinions can be upsetting to some." This is what Secular Talk said. He said, "Indeed, other opinions like climate science is incorrect are quite upsetting to me. Why aren't they to you?" And then he linked a video with Alex Epstein, I believe. Then Dave Rubin, he responds, he says, "Oh my, I sat down with someone you don't like. You didn't address one point. This isn't worth the finger swiping. Adios." Then Secular Talk responds. He says, "You legitimize a crank who thinks climate science is BS, and now downplay it as simply someone I, quote, don't like. You dodge the issues, not me." And then as Dave Rubin has completely lost the argument and he is completely in a corner, backed up, he says, "You work for a genocide denier. I spoke to someone you disagree with. Life." So first of all, I just wanted to say that Dave Rubin also worked for Cenk, so by that same logic, he would be a genocide denier. But Cenk has come around to changing his opinion on it. He has retracted what he had previously said, and at this point, he wants to help refugees get in the country. There are a lot of Armenian refugees in the Middle East who are displaced as a result of the wars. So he actually supports Armenian people more than any of you pricks do, who are being douchebags. Then Kyle responds saying, "For a guy who claims to despise smear merchants, you sure know how to be one. First, I don't. Second, you know that. Third, curiously dodges my accurate point." And then, to my understanding, he did not respond again with anything, but that is the exchange between Dave Rubin and Kyle Kulinski. Kyle Kulinski, of course, much better, and Dave Rubin, we are going to be getting into this prick a lot more. What's up, guys? It's Sahil here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.